results yesterday. I had a second MRI done because there's something going on with me, with my back. Again, it's like the third one I've had in 6 months, but this is what they came up with so far. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Meningitis.
It's not a new term. It's been known since the days of the Egyptian mummies. But what is it? The arachnoid is the layer, the most important layer of the spinal canal or of the meninges around the brain. It is the covering. And it is known that that layer can become inflamed. Once it becomes inflamed, it will attach itself to nerve roots or to the spinal cord itself or even a part of the brain itself, and that is the king of all pain. It is the worst pain that we can have. Now, it has been thought to be a rare disease in the past because it was hard to diagnose. But today we have blood markers as well as knowing what the physical exam looks like. But the big thing is that the technology of the MRI has advanced since 1987 to a point today that every physician can be taught to recognize this neuroinflammation inside the spinal canal and as it attaches itself to the arachnoid layer. And this is a new thing in pain management. In my opinion, the most important part of pain management right now is that every pain practitioner needs to know how to diagnose the condition, because it is not only not going away, it is now becoming quite clear that it's the major cause of what we call failed back surgery syndrome. It is the major cause of what we call cervical neck degeneration. In other words, it is a major issue in pain management. That is the name. It has ICD-10 numbers, and the treatments have been developed for it. And so it is here to stay, and it is a major part of pain management. It probably has not really increased so much as it has that we have the diagnostic tools now to recognize it. For example, I personally, a year ago when I sat here being interviewed by you, I really couldn't diagnose it, but I didn't know how to look at these MRIs. We've now looked at and we have a special project to study this, and we've looked at over 300 MRIs from around the world. And frankly, now that I understand it, know what to look for, I can teach a fifth grader how to see it. And so it's really quite interesting. But also, it's sort of the first time that you can look at an x-ray, if you will, and see pain. You see the nerve roots that are clumped. You see the adhesions. You see the inflammation. And it has brought the concept of microglial cell activation and neuroinflammation to the surface. And it's put it all together that we not only can diagnose it, we've actually developed, and I will be presenting that here for the first time, a regimen or protocol on how to treat it. But the big thing about this will be the first time we're starting to treat the underlying causes of pain, not just throwing symptomatic treatment at it like opioids and neuropathic agents and epidural blocks. You see, pain management's been nothing but symptomatic treatment. We're now moving into a curative or treating the underlying cause, and that's what this represents.
Okay, so where I had the epidural and erythrical scars and dural adhesions. That's my diagnosis. Oh, great. I bet you I've got it already. Oh, that's what they said. That's why. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Exactly what it is. Arachnoiditis. Okay. So they go for messing with the spinal cord with the epidural. Oh, so that's what it is. Adhesive arachnoiditis. I've got pre-diabetic. Yeah. Well, that's my diagnosis. That's great. That's wonderful. Well, at least they have an accurate diagnosis for my back now, on top of the degenerative disc disease and the osteoarthritis in two places in my back and in my hip. The hip side stenosis, which basically means if I'm laying down, I'm pretty much okay. I get the sharp pains down the leg and everything if I'm laying down, but it's not as bad as when I stand up. When I stand up, it's like pressing in on that tissue on my spine that's gone, and that's when it just shoots down my leg. I'm always in pain. It's been going on for more than a year now, so at least we have a proper diagnosis for it. Oh, sounds like fun to me. Usually gets worse. There's no cure for it. Well, happy 2024.